Welcome to Shooting It Straight with Stan. I'm your host, Stan, the Annuity Man, America's annuity agent, licensed in all 50 states. Today's topic is, are you surfing beside a cruise ship? I want you to think about that. Have you ever been on a cruise and you're like, man, that is a big boat? I always wondered. I'm from the South, so I'm not that smart, of course. I can say that I'm from the South, all you Southerners. No emails, please. But how does that boat float with all that weight? I don't get it. No one's ever really explained to me cruise ships and how they float. Because see, if I build a cruise ship, it just sink because it'd be too big and heavy, right? But when I say, are you surfing beside a cruise ship, I'm talking about the markets. I'm talking about investments that can go down. I'm talking about risk. I always say, if you're in the markets, that the stock market, it's like surfing beside a cruise ship. There are times that you will catch a wave and you'll just surf and it'll be fantastic. But there are a lot of times that you're going to get sucked under the boat. Can we all agree with that? It's surfing beside a cruise ship. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying you shouldn't be there. That's your call. But what I'm saying is, be logical about this. Now, I have the pedigree because I used to work for Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, Payne Weber, and UBS. I used to wear the suits, and I used to be in New York, and I used to be in the marble offices. I used to be there. I was there. Saw it, did it for decades. I was there with some of the smartest people ever that I've ever met. And here's what I understand. Big money wins. In my opinion, and I know everyone's going to say, you're wrong, Dan. Historically, if you stay in the markets and you don't get out and you don't sell or panic, those are 5 or 7 days that you're going to make the money. I know the stuff. I know the history. I know the S&P 500. If you'd held it since this time, the average rate of return. I get it. I understand it. But in chapter 2 of your life, chapter 2 is all about you. In chapter 2 of your life, do you really want to do that? I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this one, because when I did one called Retire from Your Job and the Markets, I'm talking about surfing beside a cruise ship. But when I was working for Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter, when you work up there, you can't open your mouth when you talk about, yes, Morgan Stanley feels like this stock is a winner. It's a real winner. No, I'm kidding. but the point is, big money institutions, they trade 24/7, 365. They're never off. In fact, they are at a point now where they're trying to get close enough to the trading floor because they're trading so fast, the money. I mean, some of the books that are out there are crazy. They're talking about firms that the real estate right beside the exchanges go for unbelievable amounts because of the micro trading, the trading within the seconds. I read something the other day where in some cases, when you put in a trade like through E-Trade or Schwab or what, and I'm not saying if you're doing that, that's wrong. I'm just giving you some history. When you hit send, once you want to buy it, it's traded over 100 times. I don't know if that's true. Let's just say I'm 10% right. It's traded 10 times between the time you hit send and it gets to the computer it's going to, right? That's insanity. If the institutions and the big money and the family offices and the hedge funds are trading 24/7, 365, and they're letting us peons in from 9:30 to 4, please someone, Jim Cramer, whoever, love Jim Cramer, he's crazy. He's like me. He's just happy, going at it, trying to do the best he can, right? I'm just taller than him. I can see the markets better. But someone tell me how that's fair. Institutions 24/7, 365, and then the rest of us 9:30 to 4, Monday through Friday. Who agreed to that? How is that fair? I love turning on CNBC in the afternoon sometimes just to catch up with things because I used to be there, of course. And they say, well, aftermarket trading is X. Well, international overnight trading, X. Wait a minute. What if I want to get in on that? Well, Stan, you're going to have about $100 million to do that. And maybe that's true, maybe that's not true. But the point is, it is stacked against the little guy. Yes, if you write it out. Yes, if you throw the dart correctly. Yes, if you have a good advisor. Yes, if there's a fiduciary involved. Yes, if there's a fee-only planner. I get it. I get it. But do you really want to keep doing that? Do you have enough money to put guarantees in place so you don't have to do that? Do you have enough money to put an income floor in place to where you don't have to do the stupid and outdated and numbskullish 4% rule and just take money out of the portfolio based on a Monte Carlo simulation? Give me a break. It's 2023. That's crap. That's 1984 crap. But this, well, if you look at the Monte Carlo simulations, we ran that, and yeah, it really works out. And the 4%, you don't need a guarantee because the 4% rule is a guarantee. Yeah, it's a guarantee when the markets go down. And how old are you? Do you still want to ride that wave, surf beside the cruise ship? You're surfing beside the cruise ship from 9:30 to 4, but the cruise ship's rolling from 24/7, 365. It's food for thought. I'm not saying get out of the markets. That's your call. What I'm saying is to stop listening to talking heads that keep saying, well, you really have to. No, you don't have to do anything. You know what you have to do is worry about you. You have to worry about you, not listen to anyone else, and put guarantees in place if that feels like the right thing to do. Obviously, annuities, and there's many different types, can provide that. They can provide principal protection. They can provide income for life. They can provide coverage for long-term care or coverage for legacy. But I love what my friend John Olson says. He says, anytime anyone starts the sentence, annuities are, anything past the R, A-R-E, is a joke. Because there's so many different types of annuities. You can't say, annuities are all expensive. Joke. Wrong. Annuities are all complex. Wrong. Joke. Most of the time you can explain it to a 9-year-old. No offense to 9-year-olds. So what I'm telling you to do is I want you to think of a cruise ship. I want you to think you're at the bottom of that darn huge cruise ship, and your spouse is looking down on you going, what are you doing down there, Stanley? Why are you trying to surf beside a cruise ship like that? That's crazy. And you say, because I'm trying to get market returns. I'm trying to beat the market. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm surfing beside a cruise ship. And the spouse goes, oh, well, you be careful because you might get sucked under the boat. And you have been sucked under the boat. And you know what that feels like. It makes you want to vomit, right? Do you really want to surf beside the cruise ship? And let's just say you do. Let's just say, yes, I do, Stan the Annuity Man. Thank you very much. I want risk. I want growth. I want potential. I want back-tested numbers. I want to dream, Stan the Annuity Man. Then fine. Then what do we do to enhance that dream? We put an income floor in place in combination with your Social Security, best annuity on the planet, all you haters out there, you already own one. Pensions, if you're so fortunate, once again, pensions, annuities, and you put in that income floor so that you don't have to fret. In the South, that means sweat about your investments. There's no need to roll the dice with a running start and throw the dice, or die, as they say, overhand. There's no reason for that. You don't have to do that anymore. You need to focus on yourself. You need to take some risk off the table. You need to schedule a call with me, Stan the Annuity Man, so I can talk with you about that. I've been on the other side of the table. I know how that game is played, and it's played at a very big level. I always say that the individual investors are just providing liquidity for the big guys, in my opinion, or you have firms unnamed starting with a B that try to just offload bad bonds on you, or bad investments, or green investments. I always say that, if a person really knows the markets and they know how to manage money, you'll never talk to them. You'll never have access to them. Ever. Trust me. I love when people go, well, I'm with this guy and he's just got this foolproof system that makes XYZ percentage on the markets. I'm like, that's a lie. Because if he did that, if he had that, he'd lock himself in a closet, trade, and never talk to anybody. Period. No one's that big of a philanthropist. Period. Everyone in the market's professionally throwing darts. Period. End of story. And you know that. So do you want to throw a dart or you want to have contractual guarantees? I'm not saying you go all in on either, but wouldn't a combination make sense? Of course it would. So be careful out there. Be careful surfing beside that cruise ship. You might catch a wave, but eventually you will get sucked under the boat. My name is Stan, the Annuity Man. See you next time.